Here with Concordia head golf coach Brett Muller to preview the 2016-17 season coming up quickly here. Why don't you first go over some of the things that happened in the summer and what you hope your players are doing in the summer. I know several of them got to play in some different events over the summer.
Yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with what our guys did this summer. Both teams definitely took advantage of the NGA and the Women's Golf Association tournaments and played in quite a few events. Russell Otten from Colorado actually came back and played in one of the events with the guys as well, so that was good to see.
Looking back at last year too, I know both teams were able to set some records. What does it say about how the level of the competition though is going up in the conference when you are setting records and you're still not quite where you want to be as far as your conference positioning?
Right. We did have some good one tournament performances. We just need more consistency and to bring those to the GPack events and to finish better at the GPack events, and that'll obviously move us up in the standings and the GPack standings.
Let's start with on the men's side, the way Nolan Zekas came on, obviously, and people are aware of the cancer that he battles and the inspiration that he's been. But what did you take away from his performance in the spring?
Yeah, Nolan had an incredible second semester. Spring season was outstanding. For him to tie for first in both GPack number 3 and GPack number 4 just shows the quality of player that he really is. And with his cancer stuff, once he's on the course, he's focused on golf and tries to put that behind him. And to me, it seems like the golf course is where he finds peace and can kind of let go of everything else and have fun.
And Reed Wiebe, I know he would have liked to have finished higher than 23rd in the conference. What is his potential now as he looks forward to his senior year?
Reed led us in single season average. He had 2 rough tournaments. GPack number 1 and GPack number 2 were his 2 worst scores of the year, which was unfortunate. But for him to finish, where he did, bounce back at number 3 and number 4, shows the type of player he can be. And he had several top 5 finishes throughout the year at some big events, and he has enough talent to push for a conference championship on the individual side.
You've got a lot of guys back on the men's side that have been in your top 5. What does experience mean for a team in college golf?
Yeah, we do have our top 5 back on the men's side, and bringing in some good freshmen as well. Experience is a big deal. We're playing longer golf courses, we're playing tougher golf courses than the guys did in high school. And just our practices have become a lot more competitive as well, with having more guys in the mix and knowing that the guys need to play well in practice to keep their spot. So yeah, it's definitely helped.
Now I know you've added in about 5 guys, newcomers on the men's side. What do you like from them, and how are they kind of pushing some of those veterans during practice?
Yeah, Sean and I were talking last week actually about kind of who we thought our top 5 were going to be for the first tournament, and we both agreed our top 5 for the first tournament will look probably completely different than our top 5 for the GPack. We have a lot of guys that'll be in the hunt. It's just showing up and playing well.
Now shifting to the women, certainly the headliner there is Amy Ehlers back for her senior year. What can you say about what she's meant to the program, and she's gotten a little bit better every year too?
Yeah, Amy's been a big lift for the program. She's definitely one of the favorites to win the women's event this year on the individual side. And like you said, she's gotten better every year, and that's because she puts in the extra time. She plays a ton of golf in the summer. She's showing up early to practice, staying late, and doing all the right things to take her game to the next level.
and the other big one is Emma Jacoby, who I know had some injury struggles. What kind of update can you give us on what her status is and how she can do this fall?
Yep, Emma missed the entire spring season last year with a shoulder injury. She is back. She's been rehabbing. I actually talked to her this morning. She's out playing golf this morning with her dad. So we expect her to be back at 100%.
Now there's certainly a lot of openings there for the young ones coming in on the women's side. I know Murphy Sears from Crete was a big recruit that you're excited about. How much does she add to the women's side? Yeah, very excited about Murphy. Murphy will come in and be able to compete at the same level as Amy and Emma. Should be in the top 10 in the conference. So that'll definitely bring a lift to the team. We do have some, our 4 and 5 spots are wide open. So we just need somebody to kind of step up and fill those roles at the bottom end of the top 5. You mentioned the GPack. The format is different this year. What are some of the advantages and why do you think it was approved? Yeah, very excited about the new format. Going to neutral sites for a 36-hole event rather than 4 one-day events. And we'll have the men's and the women's teams on the same courses. One team will go off the front 9, the other team will go off the back 9. That'll give us an opportunity to go out and find some nicer, better golf courses than some of the courses we've played in the past, and it'll really even the playing field. There won't be the the home course advantage. Looking back on the men's side, there was such an advantage if you could host GPack 3 or GPack 4, late in the season and really give you a push to win the conference. So I think it's better for everybody, and with having all 11 teams on both the men's and the women's side on the course together, I think that'll make it feel like more of a big time event. The returning players that you have gotten acclimated to Highlands now as their home course and hosted for the first time this past spring. It didn't go as the way you wanted it to, but how has maybe that venue helped the program too, being able to be there and to be able to host some events? Right. The biggest thing when we made the move to Highlands was having a better practice facility. Highlands has 2 practice greens out there. They have a nicer driving range, and then also having an 18-hole facility gave us the opportunity to host a tournament. We hosted GPack 3, like you had said, but also too with having the 5 sets of tees, we can really change the setup of the golf course and play to a number closer to what we'll be playing in an event.